possibly privileged to do some movement in terms of making ourselves available for the very, very first, I think I shared this earlier in our WhatsApp group. The very first anniversary of Aliyah is going to be coming up in November. And for those that would also like physical meetings, physical meetups with executives, or let me say owners of platform, this is going to accord us that opportunity to be able to meet with, the brains behind Aliyah itself. Let me see if I can still get my hands around that invite. I actually shared it on our WhatsApp group. I didn't save it on my system. I'll try and do, okay, yeah, it is. Yeah, so this is it, the Aliyah first anniversary meeting with the developer team, the community itself, and also some guest appearances. It's going to be taking place in November 11, 2022 to 13th November 2022, and it's going to be held in Antalya in Turkey. So it's going to be an ultra hall inclusive meeting, but it's going to be with limited participation. What that means is that for you to be able to qualify to attend this meeting, at least you must be from Ruby, basically I think from Diamond upwards, on the leadership, on the career rank part of Aliyah Finance. We are going to talk about that during the course of the presentation, so that you know the requirements, what it takes to get yourself to to Turkey. It's also going to be another opportunity to actually meet with the CEO himself, Mr. Sinan, because some of us have actually seen him on some of our presentations, on our meetings. I think we've had him like 2-3 times attending some of our presentations like this. And we're also trusting God that very soon we're also going to bring him back again to have another session, powerful session, one-on-one session with us. It's going to be an opportunity for us to meet him live in Italy, in Antalya. So it's a whole complete package, just like I usually tell persons. Aliyah has been able to do to me, or let me say personally, and also maybe to the likes of the Coach K's and Mr. Yobami and some of us that have actually been able to dig deep into this. Aliyah is giving us something that we can actually say for the next years to come. We have a pool whereby we can actually be mining out money, real money, you understand, in the crypto space. So let's get straight into what Aliyah is all about. Aliyah is a cryptocurrency. Cryptos, currency, digital assets, digital currency. That's basically, in terms of if I want to start breaking down what crypto is all about, that's just like the layman terms of it. It's just a digital asset, or let me say a digital currency that is residing on what is called a blockchain. Blockchain is like the foundation on which a cryptocurrency is actually gotten out from. So when we talk about blockchain, cryptocurrency, they're intertwined. What I mean is that for crypto to exist, it must have a blockchain. The blockchain now depends on whoever is creating out, or whoever has the intention of creating that crypto. The blockchain could be a completely different, well-designed, from scratch, program from scratch blockchain on which the crypto is going to be gotten out for. Or you could actually work with existing blockchains. So Aliyah is actually a layer one, crypto. What that means is that it's actually residing on an existing blockchain, which is Binance Smart Chain. You understand? So it's a cryptocurrency with an exceptionally unique ecosystem that have been strategically designed to create organic demand on its limited supply. The law of economics actually is what Aliyah is actually working with. For price of any crypto to appreciate, there must be what we call demand. For that demand also to be able to shoot up the price, there must also be what we call a limited supply. So if there's limited supply reaching out, and a limited supply that is being bombarded with massive, consistent, residual, steady demand, as a way of strategically increasing and making sure that the price of that crypto actually appreciates. A particular example is the likes of the Bitcoins, the Ethereums, the Binance Smart Chain itself, BNB itself, that has been in existence for years now. Bitcoin, for example, started way back, was created by Satoshi. Is actually a pseudonym. Nobody actually knows the creator. You understand? Way back as 2007, 2009. You understand? And then just one Bitcoin then was lesser than $1. But as we speak today now, one Bitcoin is currently worth over $19,000. In fact, it has gone as high as $65,000, $68,000 within this last 1-2 years. You understand? Before it started doing the dip, you understand? We'll come to all those slides doing some of our technical sessions where we talk about the different cycles in the cryptocurrency space. We have some seasons whereby, some period where we call the deep season, the bear season, and from the bear season, it graduates towards what we call the bull season. For those that have been in crypto space, I understand the concept of cryptocurrency, blockchain, how the market seasons works. You understand that millionaires and billionaires are actually always being created during the bear market. It's not when the thing is pumping. Real cryptocurrency experts, actually what they do during the pumping season, during the bull season, when virtually every single crypto on CoinMarketCap is appreciating in value, what good experts, experienced cryptocurrency enthusiasts or investors or traders actually do during those periods is to sell. You understand? But because the education is not yet, hasn't gotten that rampant, like a lot of persons are just joining crypto because they just want to know the next pumping coin. They're not actually interested in knowing what is actually making coins to appreciate in value, or let me say, they are not even interested in learning the seasons of cryptos. You understand? It's those kind of persons that will start buying when the price has gotten to its peak and is about to do what we call a retracement. You understand? But for those that understand now, these are the seasons whereby people are actually looking out for good project, good cryptos that has good value, structure, value chain tied to them, that they could actually buy now that it is cheap. So that by the time the bull season comes, that is when they'll be doing what we call cash out. You understand? That's when you'll be seeing them buying the best of cars, building the best of houses, traveling, taking the best of vacations. Why? Because they've been able to understand the seasons in cryptocurrency space. So if there is any crypto that is worth investing heavily in now, it is Aliyah. Number one, the price is still extremely very, very low. The price of Aliyah currently, as we speak, is ranging between 0.3 cents, that is 0.3 cents, that is 30 cents, to like 40, 45 cents. So if you have $1,000 now invested in Aliyah, in terms of you buying Aliyah tokens with $1,000, you could actually get up to, I like being practical in my sessions, please don't mind me. Let me just, yes, this is what I'm going to. So like $1,000 invested in Aliyah at the current value of 30 cents would give you like 3,333, Aliyah tokens. Let's just say, okay, you are getting 3,000 because the price is not actually 33 now. It's around, before we started, yes, it's 34 cents. You understand, as we speak right away. So let's now imagine that, okay, you have $1,000 and you want to just, buy Aliyah tokens. So you're going to be getting 3,000 Aliyah tokens, 3,000 Aliyah tokens. The implication of this now is that as soon as the bull season start coming in, from which is expected to start coming in at the latter part of 2023 to early part of 2024, what that basically implies is that if one token of Aliyah token that you bought at 30 cents now should just shoot up to $10 for one, which most times happen during that period. What that means is that your 3,000 tokens by then will have been worth $30,000. So something that you just spent $1,000 and just within the space of just a year and some few months, it has grown up to $30,000. That much percentage is that. That is a whooping. If we just take that 30,000 minus 1,000, that is 29,000 pure profit divided by 1,000, then multiply it by 100. That is a whooping 2,000 and 2,900%, let me say return on investment on just $1,000 investment. And these $10,000 that I just even talked about is not something that is even going to take up to like maybe 1 year, 2 years before it comes to fruition. This is something that would most likely be coming into reality within the next couple of months to come. I'm not saying yet, months, because of what we call the ecosystem, or what we call the use cases or utility that is going to definitely be driving, the price of Aliyah token to the moon. So What are these use cases? Number one, Aliyah Care. Aliyah Care is going to be providing humanitarian support for the homeless and needy. Basically, this is going to be advertising, giving it an organic advert for itself, because anything that has to do with support of the less privileged, of the homeless, it automatically catches the attention of everybody. Every one of us has this human feeling. So if you see somebody that is actually always helping people that are in need, people that are homeless, people that need assistance, providing support for them, naturally draws a lot of attention to you. That is what we call the law of it's spiritual also too. You understand? It has a way of connecting with spiritual, but the physical. Everybody just wants to be a part of it. So what Aliyah basically is going to be doing is to be creating a natural organic marketing for Aliyah as an ecosystem. The Aliyah mining also too is part of the Aliyah ecosystem, which is also forming what we call the use cases. 65.27% of the total Aliyah that's going to be available, as the total supply is going to be mined through what we call a proof of work and what we call a proof of stake. For those that are technical, you can just go online maybe after this meeting, because I won't have all because of our time, I'll be able to go through what PO, WPO is actually. We can just take some time to do some research on it. So the Aliyah mining is going to be spread over this next 5 years. We are currently at the expiration of the first period, which is the first year. Currently, 260 block was mined. That should be early part of today. That means out of the 300 blocks that is going to be mined for the first period, we have just 40 more blocks left to go. So after that, the next period, which is the next 1 year, the mining is going to be going from 300, I think, to 600. That means another 300 and above blocks is also going to be mined for the next second period. The mining schedule has also been structured in such a way that what we are mining now is currently 58,000 Aliyah tokens. Every time a block is mined, there's 58,000 Aliyah tokens that is gotten as reward, which is distributed to everybody that has a stake of Aliyah tokens in the mining pool. You understand? For those that would still be consistent with the pool, or let me say consistently staking their tokens to get more rewards, Aliyah tokens from these blocks that get mined, from the 301 block, the mining rewards is definitely going to increase to 80,000. The next period is also going to increase like that. So per time, every time a new period is coming into the mining, you get more extra rewards to yourself. The other thing is the Aliyah trade, which is going to be the first futures trading airboat that will be 100% free to use for everybody. Aliyah Finance is going to be enabling the financial well-being of the whole Aliyah ecosystem sustainability. That one is going to be coming in through those of us that will also be taking this as a personal business to ourselves, like what you've seen us doing on Zoom. Some offline sessions are also going to be coming up. Those that will also be visiting Turkey. A lot of us are going to be participating in this part of which is called the Aliyah Finance. What we are basically doing in there is that we are expanding the numbers of miners that is going to be coming into the community. So basically, the more miners that come into the community, the more scarce the token is going to be, because every now and then, once you become a miner, your stake token is locked for 6 months. You can only release it after 6 months. So that means by the time there will be lesser and lesser supply of Aliyah tokens in the market, which is also going to be affecting the price of the token. So that means the price of this token is going to steadily be appreciated. So that's why, even in the midst of all the dips, the Bitcoins, the Ethereums, every one of them keep going down and down and down like that, Aliyah has been standing and still respecting its range all through the season. It's not just falling anyhow. Why? Because of the structures that has been built around it. All this has actually been handled by these use cases. The other things that's going to be coming up is the Aliyah swap, the Aliyah exchange, the Aliyah fund, and also the Aliyah wallet. But my major focus is these 4 major things now, which is actually what we all are actually have started benefiting from, and what every one of you that might possibly be watching me maybe on Facebook, or possibly just joined us for the first time on Zoom today, these are the 4 major areas that would actually make a lot of sense to you right away. Because some persons want to ask that, okay, this thing you have been saying, how can I actually start getting something from it, from the word go? Would I need to wait for some period of time before I will start doing cashing out, before I start doing withdrawals? Would I need to wait for some months? Would I need to wait for some weeks? Or would I even need to wait for a year before I start getting something substantial from these so-called years? Because some persons actually take it as an investment. The answer is a big no. You could actually start right away today, and from tomorrow you start doing what we call withdrawals. I'm going to be explaining all that. Within this period of this, 4 major ways to earn good income: daily, weekly, and also monthly, through Aliyah ecosystem. The first one is the Aliyah holding. What that basically means is hold. The concept of hold basically means you buy the token, put it in your wallet, and forget it. For you doing that, you are going to be getting some extra change added, some extra Aliyah tokens adding up to your token that is right there in your Trust wallet or your MetaMask every now and then. Once you have a minimum of 100 tokens and above, you will keep seeing something dropping in. How? Why? Aliyah is a deflationary cryptocurrency. What that means is that its price has been built from start to steadily grow and appreciate in value with time. How is this going to be achieved? For every buy and sell transaction that is carried out, 5% of that transaction goes into what is called taxation. And this 5% taxation is split into three. 2% of it is, served as what we call dividends or interest that is being paid to everybody that is holding Aliyah tokens in their wallet. So for you just buying 100 tokens, 500 tokens, 1,000 tokens, and keeping it in your Trust wallet, anytime a buy and sell transaction, which also happens automatically on its own and also happens almost virtually every day. Somebody is not buying, somebody is selling. Anytime that transaction happens, 5% of whatever thing is being bought, 2% of it goes to everybody that is holding Aliyah in their wallet. But the downside of it is that the returns might not be something substantial. It might be maybe like 0.01, 0.02% in terms of, by the time you start factoring, or let me say you want to rate it based on the amount of tokens you have in your wallet. You understand? But just like I said, it is also daily income. You just start seeing something dropping in your wallet. So for those that will really enjoy some, that means you need to hold a lot of it, in your Trust wallet. The other part is 2% of the 5% taxation goes into Aliyah token burning. What that means is that it consistently reduces the amount of Aliyah token that is going on, that is happening, or let me say that is circulating around. That's what we call circulating supply in cryptocurrency. It reduces the circulating supply per time. You understand? And the last 1% goes into what we call the Aliyah cake, which I talked about earlier. And the second way you actually make income, apart from this daily one that is like very, very minute from the just holding, is the big way, which we call the Aliyah mining. Aliyah mining, the concept of mining in cryptocurrency is basically a process of creating new cryptocurrency or creating new digital coins. What that means is that anytime you are mining, or let me say, when we talk about mining, when you hear the word mining in the crypto space, what they are basically saying is that they are creating new cryptos, new coins, new tokens from the blockchain. You understand? So this involves blocks mined out of the blockchain and rewards given to miners for every successful block that is being created. So, and the way Aliyah mining works is that every time you buy your token from the exchange, either on PancakeSwap or MEXC, those are the two major exchanges that Aliyah is still listed for now. There are other exchanges that's definitely in the pipeline. Some of it is going to be announced at the November, anniversary, which is going to be happening in Turkey. That is some of the hot news that's going to be coming out from that conference. But currently, on PancakeSwap, on MEXC, if you decide to buy the token from there and you now take it to Aliyah Finance to stake it there in the mining pool, you are going to be getting extra reward on your tokens ranging from 17% to 15% monthly. And from most likely from November, late part of November or early part of November, when the second period is going to be starting up, this percentage is definitely going to increase, because by then the total reward is going to be like almost times 2. You understand? So, but as we speak now, currently, if you buy, let's say, 1,000 Aliyah tokens, if you buy 1,000 Aliyah tokens now and you stake it in the mining pool, every month you're going to be seeing an extra 70 to 150 Aliyah tokens added to your 1,000. And the good side of it is that this your 1,000 Aliyah token that you actually stake is still your capital. It will still be available for you to cash out in full at the expiration of the locked period. The locked period is 6 months. You understand? Yes, you could actually terminate that lock period by maybe after the 3rd month, but there's a penalty if you do that. So I usually advise persons to leave it for the next 6 months. All you just need to do is, or if you say, okay, I need money immediately, every month you can always cash out your rewards. You can do anything you want to do with that. You understand? Instead of you saying, okay, I want to just terminate my, or let me say, I just want to unlock my stake token after 3 months. Just leave it for the next 6 months so that you can get your full capital token that you actually invested. You can always catch out your rewards, 7%, 15% every month. And look at it. If we should start comparing this to the normal investments we do, let's say maybe like buying into fixed deposit bonds and stuff like that, how many of such would give you this kind of returns every month? You barely see them. Maybe the highest I think I've seen is like maybe 2% per month. You understand? And it's extremely scarce. It's extremely the most that happens is maybe like 20%, 10% in 1 year. You understand? You can't compare it to like 7% to 15% every month. This basically means that if you decide to hold it for 1 year, that's 7 times 12. That's close to, if you're doing 12 times 7, that's close to 84%. And if you're doing 15% times 12, that's 180%, returns, that is profit you've been making in 1 year. And your capital is still there. You understand? Your capital will still be available for you to do like what we call a cashing out on. You understand? So if you're staking 100,000 Alia tokens at the end of 1 month, you will likely be seeing 7,000 to 15,000 Alia tokens monthly. It might be more. You understand? And the third way you could actually make money, this is not fully available for everybody now. The only persons that are joining this are the VIP members. Coach K will be talking about that maybe briefly after I'm done with my own session. But this is the way it works. This is going to be one of the major use cases of Alia. How is that going to happen? This is going to be the first cryptocurrency futures trading board that will be 100% free to use. Mark this word, 100% free. What that means is that you would not be spending a dime for you to be able to use this boat. It's going to be a free source available to everybody. Once you have once you've met the requirements, once you have everything that it needs to use this boat, you have 100% access to use the boat anytime, any day that you want. You understand? The only condition is that anytime the boat makes profit for you, you'll be required to pay 30% of that profit, as what we call like service charge for using the boat. Please note again, you are not paying for the boat. You will not be paying for the boat once it comes out, once it's available for everybody to use. It's going to be 100% free. The only thing you pay, or let me say what you just pay like a stipend, is what we call service charge. And that service charge is going to be on the profit. So that means if the boat does not make profit, you are not going to be paying anything. You understand? That also implies that the boat needs to make profit in order for this service charge of 30% to be paid. You understand? So anytime there's no profit made, you are not making any payment. So basically, the boat is still 100% free. It's only when a profit is made that you tend to pay the 30% of it. So the requirement to have or to use the trading boat is that you need to have a verified Binance account. I was also told by the CEO during the last session he had with us that other exchanges are going to be coming on board. It's going to be coming on board because of some other European countries and Americans that Binance does not allow on futures trading. You understand? So I think KuCoin and some other exchanges are going to be coming on before the boat is going to be released for everybody. So, but for now, you just need to have, for those of us in this part of the world, yes, I think every one of us have access to Binance. If you've not verified it, please try and verify it. You need a verified Binance account, a minimum 500 USDT in your Binance account, and then you need just a simple technical, idea to connect the boat to your Binance account. And with that, you'll be able to make an average of 5% to 10% weekly on your funded capital. So just like I said, the only clause to this is that every time the boat makes profit is that you need to pay 30% of that profit. Either if it's daily, the profit is coming, you need to pay 30% of that profit. And if you are paying it, you are going to be paying it in Alia tokens. What does that mean? That means that there is going to be an heavy demand on the limited supply of Alia with these boats making profit. As soon as the boat starts making profit for everybody, you start seeing people rushing to PancakeSwap, MakerSwap to buy Alia tokens. Why? Because nobody wants to stop a good, steady income flow. Everybody wants to rather add to it. You understand? So this is going to definitely be driving the price of the token increase. And the last stage is the Alia Finance, referral bonus, and career profit. For those that into the network marketing space, this is also going to be very, very interesting for you. This is something that is also very, very lucrative. Why? I said it's lucrative because it's not just a one-time payment. This is a continuous residual. This is how it works. Anytime you refer somebody to Alia mining pool and the person buys some tokens and stake in the mining pool, anytime that person starts getting rewards from the blocks that have been mined, you also, as a referrer of that person, you are also going to be getting what we call residual income, ranging from 6%, 5%, 4%, up to 0.5% of whatever reward that person is getting. Let me break it down a little bit further. For example, if you referred somebody that did that bought $1,000 worth of Alia tokens, let's divide this by 0.33. That's like, okay, let's just say you refer somebody that bought $1,000, that's 3,000 Alia tokens. 3,000 Alia tokens at the current rate. Let me show you this from our back office. If you're staking 3,000 Alia tokens, let us see how much reward such person would be getting. Let me quickly log into my back office now so that you can see the average at the current 58,000 Alia that's always been distributed. So let's quickly run through that. Under the active miner section right here in your back office, just scroll down right here. So if I should type 3,000 right here, and I click on calculate. So that means if you're staking, if you first somebody that stake 3,000 Alia tokens worth $1,000, the person is going to be getting 7.89 Alia tokens anytime a block is mined. So for you now being the person that referred that person, you are then going to be getting how much? 6% of the 7.89 Alia tokens automatically credited to you also too. So that means if you refer somebody that stake maybe 3,000 Alia tokens, you are going to be getting 0.47 Alia tokens as reward for bringing that person under you, for registering that person with your own referral link. And this is not just a one-time thing. You continue to get this as long as that person keeps taking as, his Alia tokens, that 3,000 Alia tokens staked in the mining pool. So that means for the next 6 months, this is what you are likely going to be getting. Let's say, for example, on average in a month, let's say like maybe 25 times blocks is mined, that's 11.83 times 6. That means in the next 6 months, you are going to be getting like 71 Alia tokens just for inviting somebody that staked 3,000 Alia tokens in the mining pool. So imagine the price getting up to like $20. That's cool, $1,400 for you within the next 6 months, just by referring just one person that did this. You understand? So imagine you having like maybe 3, 4, 5 persons, 10 of them doing this. That's another cool income for you automatically. So it also then spreads down to 10 levels deep. What this means is that if, let's say, this person that you brought in refers somebody also to, you are qualified to also get 5% of whatever that person is getting from his own rewards. If the person also goes back, as your team starts spreading down and going deep to level 3, level 4, you get 4%, 3%, 1% downwards to like 0.15% of whatever rewards that person or those persons in your team are actually staking. But don't forget, there's a catch to it all. The catch to it on your part is that you must also personally have some Alia tokens that have been staked, for you. This is what gives me that confidence that no, this business is not a business that wants to crash tomorrow. Why? Because for you to also be able to qualify to get that, you also must actually have some token that you've personally staked. In order for you to open up your whole 10 level, just stake 5,000 personally within yourself and let your team grow. As your team is growing anywhere, any amount of tokens they are staking, you always see some percentage actually dropping there for you. But if you don't have that much to stake, 5,000 tokens currently at the current price is what? How much? 0.33 times 5,000 currently is what? 1,650. By the time we factor in the 5.5 for the part of the taxation and so on, that should be roughly around, let's just say $1,750. You understand? So $1,750 at the current exchange rate of 700 naira, that should be like 1.2 million naira, should get you like 5,000 Aliyah tokens. So imagine when the price starts shooting up. So that's your 1 point something million naira could be worth 30 million, 50 million within the next few months to come. You understand? That's the beauty of what we have at hand. That's why we said this is a oil rig on its own. You understand that you've been making consistent income for yourself month in, month out from. So the other last part of it is what we call the career plan. This is what I was trying to refer to when I was talking about the when I shared this part of the first anniversary meeting that talked about limited participation. The only set of persons that would actually be accepted for this first anniversary are people that have actually hit the rank of diamond upwards. Once you become a diamond upwards, you are good to go. You need to be in Turkey to meet with the CEO and other development team of Aliyah Finance. And what does it take to be a diamond? Very simple. All you just need to do is to personally, you need to have staked 3,500 Aliyah tokens and also have 1 emerald and 1 ruby within your first line. And what does it take to be a ruby or an emerald? To be a ruby, you need to personally have staked to have a ruby under you need to have somebody who has personally staked 2,005 and also have a total of 50,000 Aliyah team volume under themselves. You understand? Once that is there, and also if you also have an emerald within your team structure, an emerald is basically someone who has 2 ruby person within their first, direct downlines. And it's also very simple. In fact, I and my team have actually been working with a structure of 3x3. What that means is that you just need to have, like, on your first on your first line, your first direct, just need 3 rubies on your first line. Once you have 3 rubies on your first line, the implication of that is that automatically you become, an emerald. You understand? Because to become an emerald, you just need 2 rubies. You understand? So once that happens, with the 2 rubies, with the 3 rubies you already have, if they also go down and also do the same duplication, by them also having 3 rubies each under themselves, what that means is that you would automatically become a diamond, because since they will be having 3 rubies each under them, they will come up to become an emerald. That means 1 emerald is there, and you also have, don't forget that you already have 1 ruby already above, already within your team structure. That makes you a diamond. You understand? If those 3 also goes around, doing the same duplication of at least having 3 directs under them, and each one of those 3 directs becoming ruby, automatically it pushes you to become a blue diamond. If they also continue the process of duplication downwards, ruby, 3 ruby directly under themselves, you become black diamond, they also become blue diamonds. By the time that duplication process goes down, you become an ambassador, they also become black diamond. And that's how it becomes very, very easy for every one of us to build this and also hit these ranks very, very easy. They become a ruby, which is actually the major criteria for the higher ranks. It's very simple. Personally, you need to have stake. I would advise personally stake 5,000 Aliyah tokens yourself. If you can't afford that, at least start with like 1,015, then try and compound fast so that you can get up to like maybe 2,005 and above Aliyah tokens. Once that is done, you would have been able to get to this. So to become a ruby, you also then need to have a total of 50,000 team volume. That means everybody within your team structure, whether it's direct or indirect, as long as the total Aliyah token that is staked within your team structure equals 50,000 Aliyah, automatically you become a ruby. You understand? So if you pass on that same duplication process to like your first 2 direct and also do the same duplication of getting like the 50,000 team volume under themselves, they automatically become ruby. Once the 3 of them becomes ruby, you automatically become emerald. You understand? If they also go about passing down that same duplication, automatically you become diamond, they become emerald. Once you become diamond, once they become diamond, you become blue diamond, and on. Stresslessly, it grows for everybody. So you can see that this is a platform, or this is a project that has been able to factor everybody in view. Number one, if you are just a passive person, like, some persons usually like to start any business, they just want to see what they can actually get for themselves. This is what it's 5%, 15% every month in terms of passive income coming to you is what it is. A lot, makes a lot of sense. Yes, I know There might be some other platform that may be promising you maybe 100%, 1000%, but all of us, sincerely, we know how such platform actually ends. Most of them, because of such kind of humongous and huge, promises they are making to you, they actually don't live for a long time. They just have short time frames and they are off. You understand? But how many times would you want to continue in that cycle? Personally, I told myself, even if you promise me 1000%, I am not interested. Why? Because I know the end already. So why would I want to why would I want to soak myself or bring in people into something I know personally within myself that this thing within the next 3 months it will collapse? Why would I want to keep bringing people or everybody keep going through that cycle? No. I told myself the project I want to work with are projects that have a lasting legacy. That's going to be making a lasting impression in the lives of people that I'm going to be inviting into such projects. And one of them is Aliyah. On that note, I would just like to pause a little bit so that I can just allow Coach K to wrap up the meeting for us. Thank you so much for following me. Any questions and answers, we'll be able to accommodate it to Coach's time. Thank you so much.
Super. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for that wonderful presentation. And at this note, we would like to entertain questions. If you have questions, please feel free to ask your question. We'd like to entertain questions at this time.